Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crossfire Stars 2015 Grand Finals, and now it is time. It is do or die here for PENTA Sports. They're 2-0 down up against HG in the Grand Final. Mike, do you think they've got a chance here?
This will be their toughest challenge yet in this best of 5. Black Widow is the favourite for HG.Longzhu. This is their preferred map, and the defensive side is spoken about, whispered out in circles of greatness.
Yeah, and well, we've already seen two 10-7 results. The first two maps going to HG in a 10-7. So I don't know. I don't feel like PENTA Sports is going to be able to compete that hard here. What are your thoughts?
I guess PENTA are probably surprising us a little bit.
They are, actually.
We thought that PENTA. Well, I thought that PENTA had a chance. We spoke about 50-50-ish on the first map. You thought a little bit more towards HG, and we're correct in that. So #1 CF analyzer in Australia.
#1 CF analyzer Oz. Yeah, that's a good title. I'll take it.
Yep.
Might put that in my Twitter.
Okay. Well, I'll wait for that one. But yeah. Second map, we thought sub-base was probably going to be a little more heavily favoured towards HG in terms of the scoreline. 10-7 was a good effort. Plenty of fight in PENTA Sports, that's for sure. So really, though, it's basically each time we've gone to a new map, we've turned the notch up one level, and now we're really turning it all the way. It's gone all the way to 10 for Black Widow. This, like you said, do or die, backs against the wall, painted in the corner, all those lovely metaphors. But really, this point is going to be a super tough challenge for PENTA Sports to overcome.
Yeah, and an important part of this is for PENTA Sports is that the first two maps they've been able to start on that defensive side, so they've been able to get a few. Oh no, they didn't actually in the first map, did they? They started on the offensive side, but they were able to get some decent rounds under their belt in the first half of both maps, and because of that, they've been able to reach these 10-7 scorelines. But I feel like if they start on the offensive side here and allow HG to get that defensive run going on Black Widow, it is going to be incredibly tough, and we're looking more towards like a 10-2 scoreline rather than something like a 10-7, which would be a lot closer.
I'm probably predicting around 10-5 for this one, despite no matter what side it comes down to for PENTA to begin with. Really, though, in terms of the play that's gone thus far, FaZe, the order for PENTA, really. On the offensive side, his decision-making has been pretty good. It's tough going against HG. We've spoken about that on the defensive side, but he's been able to get enough rounds most of the time, sort of the first map being a little bit of an exception. But outside of that, his in-game impact on the second half of sub-base was 0.
Yes, in terms of the fragging department was a little bit lackluster.
Okay. Like, orders aren't meant to be the best fraggers. Well, that's a given, sure. And that's true across all shooters as well, not just Crossfire. They're the people who have a lot more going on in their mind when they're thinking about the game, so their actual fragging output is generally lower. But there were several scenarios in that second map on sub-base, the second half of sub-base, where he should have been able to execute a frag and just was not able to.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there for PENTA, but I guess that also on the flip side it means that they do have something that might come back for them, and if he can start to pick up his game here on the third map, that's going to be another bit of a wind in their sails, and it might be enough to push them over the edge, because 10-7 scorelines have been pretty close. If you've got a player on 0 frags and you're hitting a 10-7 scoreline, you're still doing pretty good, I've got to say. Yeah,
and it could have been in the scenarios where it was a 1 versus 4. We saw Flex pull off, 2 versus 4, wasn't it? We saw Flex in a 1 versus 4, almost, well, pulled off a 1 versus 4 effectively. But in those scenarios where you are against 4, if FaZe had picked up 1 kill in that scenario, those statistically your chances increase each time and they jump up. Even a 1 versus 1, you're sitting at 50-50, a little situation dependent, but of course in that sort of scenario there. So really, if FaZe is able to just pick up just a little bit more, just a couple more frags than what he's been getting, that's going to work well for him. And really, like you said, that's the difference between 10-7 and sending these potentially into 9-9 and overtime.
Yeah, I think we've, I guess, spoken enough about FaZe, but let's go perhaps more on a positive note and, I guess, get into the game even. But quickly, Flex just had a massive standout performance there for PENTA.
He was really trying to bring his team into that map and did a pretty good job, but unable to finish it off there. I suppose we have been a little bit harsh on FaZe. It's always tough being an order. Black Widow, you can hear the crowd firing up the fact that this is going to be the third map because they know what this means for HG. A team with 2 maps on the board in the best of 5, really in a fantastic position to take this out. And it's been an overall, again, I spoke about before this series started, that the evenness and the output from all of HG players has been fantastic. And we've seen that over these first 2 maps, I feel.
Yeah, we certainly have, and again, this is going to be the biggest test now for Penta. They're already down, but they're not quite out just yet. They still have one more lifeline, and that is Black Widow. But, well, it's going to be a difficult one.
Yeah, it certainly is. The defensive side, we'll see who starts on what, but the defensive side, when HG are on that side, it's going to be like coming up against brick wall, and you've got, I don't know, water pistols perhaps. It's a slow but sure thing. You're going to try and just find that one weakness in that wall, and it's going to be tough to find that. And a lot of that is going to rest on FaZe's shoulder as the order.
But the good thing about this, at least for Penta, is if they are able to get through this map, the next 2 maps actually tend to favour them a little bit more than, well, at least this one for sure. Yeah. But anyway, getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, I feel. Looking like we will be heading into game very shortly, and as you can see on your screen there, that is the trophy. That's what HG is looking for after this map, if they can pull it off.
Yep, that is correct. We are getting into the game now. HG versus Penta, the 3rd map of potentially 5. HG having a 2-zip lead, as you can see on the top in the scoreboard there.
Oh,
and
wow.
2 early kills on the Minnow. So this has not started well for Penta.
Yep, already starting to tighten those screws. WQ is going to grab one on the trade. Flex managing to find one here for Penta. It's a 2 versus 3, and we know what Flex can do in these sort of situations, and we'll just have to wait and see. I think NP might have an inkling of where he is, but it is still going to be certainly difficult now for Flex to do anything. He's trying to watch the doors there, making sure that there's no one there, but he's very close to NP. If you can find NP, you can find that pick, bring it back to a 2 versus 2. I certainly feel that this situation is a lot more doable.
He is searching now, Flex. He finds that NP. In fact, that's a really important frag, like you'll mention here. This is going to well and truly open up the site at A for, B for Penta.
Loons needs to be careful crossing there.
Yeah.
If he had gone down, that would have been a disappointing frag, I think, for the Penta lineup. But nonetheless, he gets across fine. The bomb has gone down now, and the timer working in the favor of Penta Sports. 2 versus 2. The HP advantage in the favor of Longzhu, but they are the ones that are going to have to, I guess, expose themselves first. Let's see what they can do. A smoke grenade coming out there from Flex. A flashbang as well coming onto WQ. And it is going to be Flex, the first player to fall. Loons managed to find WQ, but a spray through the wall from WN, getting the double kill. And he will defuse this bomb in time, of course, as well. So the first round of the 3rd map goes to HG.
It was a very interesting one. It was one they probably should have won from the outset. Getting that early double kill was Minnow for HG. Penta fighting the way back into it, ultimately not ending up picking up the round. And it's a bit of a story of the 2 maps thus far. It's summed up in 1 round. But what we've seen already from Penta, that there is plenty of fight here. So moving in through now quickly onto this B-bomb side. It's a train of players. FaZe picking up MP this thing. It's all onto Harlan now. He's sitting in the corner here. Can he get it done?
Yeah, player advantage. Wow, what a grenade coming out there. And Loons as well is going to be able to close off Harlan. WQ grabs one on terrain, does spot out Thunder as well, not managing to actually get too much damage onto him. So I guess that's a good take home there for Penta. WN getting tagged up there by Flex, but wow, great shot coming out there. The headshot, WQ as well is going to take down Loons. The health advantage still here for Penta, but the player advantage is equalized. Now it's a 1 versus 2 actually. HG got the advantage in this situation though. We do see the bomb already down. Now FaZe has 2 kills already on the board in this first half. He's going to have to find another couple here. It's a 1 versus 1, and now Minnow, he has to make the move. He has to defuse this bomb. There's only 12 seconds left. FaZe perhaps shouldn't keep peeking this because a little bit dangerous, but he is going to go for it, and Minnow, he's going to stick the bomb. What a defuse.
Wow. Just making a critical mistake there, FaZe, not being able to quite spot that bomb wasn't planted for him. Of course, previously, earlier in that round, it was a scenario where they couldn't have planted in a more open position, so it was quite hard for FaZe to defend there. But perhaps he should have pushed through the doors rather than trying to come through the window area there.
Well, as they say, hindsight is 20/20, and unfortunately you don't get that in the heat of the moment, and FaZe obviously making that small error. Let's see if it makes a difference in the later stages of this map. Flex and FaZe going to find the first frags of this round. NP does respond, but it is still a player advantage here for Penta Sports.
The rotate has come through. There's two in mid. There's nobody actually on the A side at this point for HG.Longzhu. WQ is going to be the player to rotate across quickly. He's sitting in the underpass connected between A and B, and here it comes. He's going to have a lot of work to do right here. Loon says, no, thank you very much. I'm coming in here.
Yeah, WN getting a bit of damage across there to Loon as he tries to cross, but he's going to have to go up against Thunder. Actually, no, in fact, that is NP who is going to go down. In fact, in the end, to Rain. We did see FaZe manage to find one there, and actually FaZe top fragging now for Penta Sports. So,
yeah, so it's really good to see him come back and have a bit more of an impact. He's probably fired himself up a little bit in the booth down there between the maps, gone, you know what, this is not how it's going to go down. I'm going to put up more of a fight here in game, as well as providing all that decision making for the team. So 1-2 now, Penta on 1, HG on 2. Penta on the offensive side against this storied HG defense. So far, being able to get onto bomb sites pretty well, but on 2 occasions, unable to keep that post-plant scenario alive for them.
Yeah, and HG, well, we do see NP spotting out Loons there, but he didn't have really a whole lot of time to be able to take a shot. Thunder as well going to cross here. Does try to go for a shot onto NP, but neither going to land a shot there. The grenade comes across in towards the doors, but won't do too much damage. I guess a lot of peaks coming out, but not a whole lot of damage. We do there eventually see Thunder grabbing a bit of damage. WQ and Minnow finding one frag. NP chiming in as well onto Flex. It's a few frags going over to HG now, and things looking a little grim in this round for Penta Sports, but they do have the A bomb site completely in their control, and they can get the bomb down. It is a 2 versus 5 though. Make that a 1 versus 5 as we see WQ finding one. He'll peek around here, surely be able to find FaZe as well. It is FaZe turning around, but WQ to close it out.
Great play there from WQ, just putting the icing on the cake on that round. 5 alive at the end for HG.Longzhu. And really that was a very bold play there from HG, just pushing, going all out aggression in towards that mid area, and it worked. The rotate, or rather the flank, came around on the A side, getting that bomb plant, but unable to do anything there. WQ really snuffing that out now, as well as
this great push coming out here from HG might catch Penta off guard. No, Rain is going to find the first frag there onto WQ. Minnow in an interesting position. He's going to be taken down. Rain grabbing 2. Loon's finding one for himself there as well. So that aggressive push coming out from HG on their defensive side, not working out at all. Harlan, meanwhile, has found one onto FaZe. It's a 4 versus 2. And we've already seen 1 4 versus 2 go in the favor of Penta Sports. Can HG come back and do the same? I doubt it. NP looking like he's going down, and yes, he does. Rain picking up his 3rd frag for the round here. And Harlan, he's going to take down Flex there, but it's still a 3 versus 1 for him to negotiate.
Not going to be easy, that's for sure as well. He's got a little bit tagged down as well, so Loons and Rain are low-ish. Thunder's still quite healthy here. The bomb has gone down, ticking away, 30 seconds left on the clock as Harlan moves into the side. Yeah, spamming through the boxes there, trying to get a frag. Great shot actually there onto Thunder. Really good pre-fire. Rain takes a little bit of damage through the box there, so now an okay situation here for Harlan, but he's got a massive crossfire to deal with. Loon's peeking, gets the information, falls back and hides, and this is looking like perfect play from Penta. Yes, you can see it. Rain coming in there for the crossfire, and really well played there for Penta. Yeah, closing that round out very smartly there. And this map has been quite different to the previous 2. Penta have obviously decided that the slower play for them isn't working. They need to get up. They need to put some pressure onto HG, not allow them to settle too much into their defensive habits on this side. So 3-2 now. HG still having the slim lead. Plenty of action left to be had in this half, but Penta are looking good over the last couple of rounds. They certainly are, and they've got two rounds here already. If they can find another 2 on this first half, that'd actually be a pretty decent result, I think. Even though we generally consider Black Widow to be a 50-50 sort of map, we've been hearing a lot about the HG defense. There it is coming out once more as we see Harlan finding 2 frags. A response is almost coming out here for Penta. Actually, we do see Loons finding a double kill of his own. So we're back to a 2 versus 2, and this round still hanging in the balance. Yeah, we can see the full rotator here now. Both teams on opposite sides of the match. But interestingly enough, it's going to be keep pushing through here from the B bomb side, trying to flank around the behind Penta there. They're taking their time as well. That bomb is actually in contested territory at the moment. Loons is trying to recover. You can see it right there, sitting in the box in mid. That's the bomb. Minnow and WQ aware of this. put some pressure on there. Now they've dropped back off. Loons has recovered it. Now the decision is which side do they go? Are they in fact going to go to? Are they going to push back on the B, or are they going to take their risk at A? WQ and Minnow pushing into mid, so they're able to rotate quickly here, working together as a unit.
Yeah, this might catch Penta off guard. They do maybe spot out Thunder. Yes, they do. He's going to spot them out as well. Takes a bit of damage as well in the meanwhile. But still okay. He's still alive. The bomb not yet planted. Loon's in a dangerous position here. He gets tagged down very low by Minnow there. What is going on here for Penta? They don't seem to know exactly what they want to do. They've split up, and things just not really working in their favor. But as I say that, Thunder is going to find a frag. Loon's spotting out WQ. They know exactly where he is, but the bomb's still not down. 25 seconds left on the clock. They need to make a quick movement over towards this A-bomb site. WQ, I think, is reading this pretty well. Seems to be heading in that direction too. And if you can catch them as they're planting or something like that, this is certainly doable. I actually back WQ here. Let's see what happens.
Gets the first. Nope. Doesn't even get the first there.
To be fair, I think he should have.
He should have, yeah. I reckon. I think he caught Thunder off guard there. But Thunder has been playing pretty well here. A very interesting round with the aggression there in that battle in that area outside of B towards the defensive side, and that evens up the scoreline as well. So Penta now, and we can see some aggression up onto the short here as well. WQ with a double kill and a triple kill. He is opening this round right up here for HG. Penta on the back foot now, 2 versus 5.
Yeah, WQ is just such an impactful player in those big moments. I think when I was casting with Wooly before yesterday, he sort of mentioned that WQ is one of those players that when you need him to come up big, he does. And there is just another example of that. WQ coming up with that triple kill, just opening up that round there really right when HG needed it.
And again, HG in that sort of scenario, what they're trying to do is they're trying to basically knock Penta out of their rhythm, so they're not sure that they can take the areas that are traditionally theirs on this map. So really pushing up, getting aggressive and unsettling them. But now they're pushing up towards the B-bomb side. WQ is on the lurk. He could still get the ace in this scenario if he's in fact going to be attacked. He's quite low on HP. We'll see what happens here. They haven't committed to anything yet.
Yeah, a really difficult situation here for Loons and Flex, but I guess the first order of the day for them will be to take out WQ, who is holding up on that side. MP, though, is going to find Flex, and this is almost looking like a foregone conclusion here for Loons. 1 versus 5, spots out WN, but it is WN to close it out there. The Chinese crowd very pleased with that one, waving their signs madly. The big, that's the big flag that we were talking about earlier. Oh, actually, I don't think that's the biggest one.
We'll see, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get a shot of it later, but that was a really a critical round as well in terms of it's just settling Penta back down, putting them back in their box for HG's opinion, because it was starting to get a little bit flirty for HG. They were doing some things that were pretty risky and paying off, but it didn't feel comfortable for them at the time. However, that round, WQ putting a big exclamation mark on the aggression there, picking up that triple kill early and setting up that round for them. Penta going to have to try and find something here. I'd like to see them play in this A-long area a little bit more, which is where Rain is sort of lurking down towards there. You can see him at the bottom of the screen there. C4 looking going back towards B. They have had a little bit of success there, so it's pretty reasonable for FaZe to think that should be where they can go. However, 3 on that site there, but the information not in the hands of Penta, so they can't know that.
Yeah, and I guess in the grand scheme of things here, actually, for Penta, they're in a pretty good spot on their offensive side. Having said that, MP is going to find the first frag onto Flex, but really, there's a lot of rounds left in this half for Penta to play with, and I feel like they only need one more to be putting themselves in a really good position going into the second half. Yeah,
so creeping up onto A short here. Minnow is lurking underneath there. He's got to make sure he doesn't get taken out here through the wood. He knows what's going on here. The callers come through. He hasn't been able to do anything. Thunder, though, pick him out from long. So really good play there from him, or rather, above him in short. So Bomb has gone down now. It's a 4 versus 4 scenario. Anything can happen from here.
Yeah, HG typically so strong on these equal number retakes, but let's see what happens. WQ is going to find one. It's a trade. In fact, WN, though, is going to make the advantage in the favor of HG. NP and WQ finding a frag apiece to close out the round there for HG.
Shattering there for Penta. They had themselves in a really good position to take a good grasp on that round, but just one by one going down. 5-3 now favor of HG.Longzhu, and that was a brutal retake. Clinical, would be the term I'd use to describe that.
All right, so one more round now in the first half. Could go either way, I feel. Penta Sports, though, if they pick this one up, the first half will definitely be in their favour.
I certainly agree with that, and they're choosing to move quickly up on this A side. I think this is a good area that they could potentially exploit here. There hasn't been a lot of action on this A side. FaZe now with that sniper sitting way back, trying to hold an interesting angle. Thunder also with the sniper. He's lurking around in mid. What they would need to do here is they need to pinch in onto this A site from long and short areas coming across the balcony there as well. That's what they need to do, but lurking, hiding, not showing whatsoever. He realizes the sniper's route is Minnow. Sole defense. PENTA have decided that that's not the area they want to go to, but that in itself is a mistake here. If they're going to go onto this B site, 3 in this site and a quick rotate from NP, we could see a similar scenario from earlier, and it could get very ugly very quickly for PENTA.
Yeah, certainly could. Thunder there, though, did pick up the C4. Now they're starting to make their way towards the B bomb site, and we're going to see some action very shortly. Only a minute 15 left in the round, and PENTA Sports starting to throw their utilities in towards the site. It's Flex, the point man, starting to head in towards the site first. Let's see what he can do. It is Harlan as well, defending from below. He's going to spot out Flex. They go for a bit of a duel. Looks like Flex is in a dangerous position. WN waiting for so long to peek here. I think he perhaps should have gone earlier there, back up his teammate, but now WQ and WN have to play this to perfection. Thunder already having a bit of trouble in that little corner, taking a bit of spam. But still, I don't even know. HG, they're just playing this so slowly. And look at how low the players from PENTA are. WN finding his first frag of the round. Flex with a nice wall bang. Oh, actually it was a headshot onto WN there. And, well, the HP very low for PENTA, but they do have the player advantage, and they should be able to get the bomb down here. A grenade into the face of PENTA would be pretty dangerous. Loons and WQ so close to each other. NP as well. WQ turning around. He gets baited there by Flex, and he picks the frag up. The bomb did go down in the meanwhile there, thanks to Loon. So the timer now working in the favour of PENTA. A 2 versus 1, but their HP is so low. One shot from Winnow will close it out on either of them, but no, it will be Flex to take out that round.
PENTA Sports gaining a very crucial round in the context of this map there. Able to, despite, I guess it was a shoot-off over a gully there, coming from the approach to B and into the B side is where WQ potentially missed timing that one. Perhaps he should have peeked out a little bit early. He had played the long game, but perhaps played it a little too long there.
Yeah. It was an interesting little dynamic there, I thought. I guess it kind of got something that I noticed that perhaps WN99 could have changed on that bomb site. But nonetheless, that's how the game turned out. And 4 rounds on the board there, actually, for PENTA. So a really good first half for them.
Yeah, that's certainly true. But they're going to have to back it up. And they're going to have to do it 6 rounds on the defensive side, which is pretty sure what it's possible for them. But it's going to take quite a lot. So we've heard a lot about HG's defensive side, but now we're going to see what their offensive side is made of as well. Are they able to find picks? Are they going to use the sniper from NP? Or are they going to opt for the 5 rifle setup we've seen pretty often there? I think it's actually WN99 picking up the sniper to begin with.
Nope. Maybe he
missed.
did and swapped back before he got to see. But flashbang coming in there. Rain not going to be too affected by it. Does take a bit of damage, not managing to do too much in response. He goes down. FaZe grabs 1 in response, but HG really coming in strong on towards this site. They've grabbed 3 kills already. 2 players left alive for PENTA. WQ going to find 1 more onto FaZe, and it's all down to Thunder. He's not going to be able to do too much there. So first round of the second half goes to HG.
A really quick attack there from short onto the A site, and what I really liked about that is there was sort of 2 or 3 players stepping out once, all right, and the guy who was holding the line had to choose between a couple of players to shoot. Of course, power and numbers there, but we can see PENTA now putting a lot of pressure on long, but there's no one there for them to shoot, so not really working out for them just yet.
FaZe taking away that sniper rifle there for PENTA Sports on the defensive side. WN99 seems like he's sort of trying to, I guess, sell a little bit of a fake here on that A-bomb site while the rest of his team is on the B side. NP starting to make inroads towards B, but really not too much damage going across just yet. 1 kill apiece, though, here between the 2 teams. Flex finding 1, WN99 grabbing 1 in response, and it's back to a 3 versus 3. And I favour HG in these sort of situations. I've said it so many times, but having said that, we do see FaZe finding 1, Rain finding another, and I think I've just done the caster's curse, as we are going to see a 1 versus 3 here for NP rather, on HG. And it's going to be a really tough situation. He does have the bomb, so he has a little bit of time to work with. Doesn't need to collect it. He can rotate across to either side. But still, a very tough ask here.
Yeah,
for
the
NP.
time available on the clock gives him some options to try and isolate a few one-on-one scenarios, which is what you want to do in this scenario when you're in the 1 versus X. You want to find the battles individually. He has plenty of time to work with. He has the C4 in hand, so everything that could potentially go in his favor is at this point. Penta, though, playing it smart. They're holding back defensively. They're going to let him make the play. Hopefully, the ideal scenario is that FaZe here, if he's hiding here, if MP comes onto the site, he gets him while he's planting, while his weapon's away. That would be pretty good for him. MP here, sneaking in. You can see Loons and Rain holding in the mid area, so they can rotate on either side quickly as well to provide support for whoever needs it.
All right, let's see what NP decides to do here. I'd expect as soon as he starts to plant, he's going to go down here to FaZe, but he is going to peek actually into here, but FaZe holding the perfect angle is going to get the shot off. And around there for Penta Sports, that seems pretty comfortable.
I would certainly agree with that as well. HG sort of started off early. I mean, typically we've seen them on throughout this tournament playing very slow on a number of maps. But in this case, they've been pretty aggressive, and they've taken control of the short area at A pretty early. And that's critical because that restricts the rotations coming through from Penta as well. So when they're occupying that area, they're unable to move across onto B to support necessarily. So that's been good. But we can see on this occasion, it's completely different. And wow, Loon's getting one. WQ somehow picking up the second one. Probably shouldn't have got that low on a HP. 6-5 is the scoreline.
Yeah, and the players 4 versus 4 here. HG yet to really make an inroad to either of the bomb sites, but they do split up the defense with that one frag, so making things just a tiny bit easier for themselves. But having said that, WQ is extremely low on HP, and he's been one of their star players, so things are looking a little grim in this round, at least I would suspect for HG, but who knows? The next frag, I would say, is going to decide the round.
Harlan now, he's checking out all the little angles here. He's going to run into a small stack here of 2 players from Penta Sports. They're deep in the B site, so Flex is probably playing the bait. FaZe picking up an early here in WQ with the sniper, utterly killing him until he died from it. Harlan is coming through. He's going to run into a couple of surprises. The surprise is Thunder with a headshot, but he was the decoy, so they're going to try and push up on A long here. They have 1 to contest on the side. That's FaZe with the sniper.
2 versus 4. We've already seen Penta pull it off once. HG haven't been able to do it. They've had one opportunity. Now this will be their second. Let's see what happens. Minnow to find one. NP, though, has already gone down to FaZe, and that's going to make things 10 times more difficult here for Minnow, and he is going to go down as well there. So Penta equalizing the scoreline.
It's certainly game on from this point. Once you're at 6-6, the previous rounds, they don't count for nothing, but really, it's a score reset, and momentum here, I feel like, has been equalised between the teams. So we can see there's a little bit of quicker action here again from HG.Longzhu. They want to try and get up in there, try and make a little bit of pressure on mid area so that Penta can't do what they like. Again, similar setup on B site. You've got 2 in the corner there, Rain and Flex.
WN making his way forward through the mid area. Isn't spotting anyone out just yet. But again, this is sort of the typical play style here for HG. They send one person forward looking for a couple of picks. The rest play relatively slowly, and that's what they're doing at the moment. Still 1:40 on the clock. Only about a minute into this round so far, so not expecting to see anything too crazy coming out just yet.
Loons is pushed up quite deep on A long, so if anything happens, if they don't go towards the A site, he could be a very long rotate, and that could be critical in terms of Penta's defense at the B side. But the bomb at the moment is heading towards A. You can see Harlan and Minnow lurking here. Loons is waiting for them. He's sitting above on the far side, holding the angle here. He's going to come into a lot of action. He's been spotted out as well. He tries to exchange some frags here. He's got a lot to contend with. Yeah,
Rain is going to help him out there, though. Does manage to take down Harlan. Rain finding a double kill, in fact. Now Loons has to chime in, but no. He's going to go down. WN responding there onto FaZe. It's back to a 3 versus 3. HP advantage in the favor of Penta Sports, and Rain already on a bit of a roll in this half. And Thunder as well. He's going to drop WN down. there and put the favour back into Penta. So things looking good now on the defensive side here for Penta, starting to get a bit of a roll on. This, if they picked it up, would be their third round in a row, if I'm not mistaken. And Rain, if he's picked up a couple of frags here already, if he starts to get going, that could make things really difficult for HG.
Bomb down there in the A sort of area as well, so that's working against Minnow and NP, who are low on HP and are rapidly running out of time. They need to push onto the site quickly now. They're doing the right thing. NP picks up Rain here in the site. Thunder is unaware of the lurk. It comes through. The flank is good, but the bomb still has to get down here. Contesting the window is Flex. He could do all the damage.
Holding the perfect line. Flex is going to have difficulty closing out Minnow here, but he manages to do it, and that's perfect there for the Penta Sports players. No time for NP to do anything, and he's going to go and, well, really not be able to do anything. So
Great
Penta,
play.
by the skin of their teeth, finding another round.
Great play there, though, from Flex. Playing that situation perfect. MP not quite having the right land. Flex being able to ninja out at one point, getting down in there. Exchange of nades at long, so they're trying to push up on this quickly, trying to change the pace, trying to put Penta off their game. It sort of works, but they're occupying this area but not pushing up. This is good map control, though. This will make Penta wary of potentially rotating players off that area.
Yeah, just waiting now to see, I guess, whether HG can find the first frag in this round, because generally speaking, we've been seeing Penta grab those first kills in this second half, and it's been paying dividends for them, actually. They're now in the lead for the first time in a little while, so HG do need to be careful they don't let too many more rounds get under the belt of Penta, because, they let one or two more go, and Penta's then within striking distance of being able to pick up a map. And
that would be a pretty big mental blow as well, because of HG's preference for Black Widow. They can see now 3 players pushing up short, taking it easy there. The side defense here on Loons, they've got the territory at A long as well, so this is where you pinch on. You've got to time this really perfectly for this execute to work. You've got to be coming out on A, and then the flank's got to come out on short, from long rather, as well. But it looks like Penta have a good read on the scenario there. They've got 3 on this A site. They're ready for this. Will HG pick up on this and cause to rotate back to B site?
Oh, great shot coming out there from FaZe. Good defensive line. He's going to pop NP. A good grenade coming out as well, doing a lot of damage to a few HG players. WQ does find one. Loon's going to go down there as well. It's a double kill for WQ. WN99 finding one there onto FaZe, so all of a sudden turning it around is HG. Flex finding himself in a 2 versus 4 situation. He's done it once, 1 out of 3. Can he make it 2 out of 4? We'll have to see.
Thunder here as well. Flex getting the first frag here, so 3 versus 2 now in favour of HG.Longzhu. The bomb has 30 seconds left. Flex coming up on short. He's joined there by Thunder. WQ is in a great position here. WN99 sitting on the bomb. Thunder pushing up short.
Oh, Flex very low. He goes down there as well to WN, but Thunder does respond back in kind. It's a 1 versus 2. Thunder so low on HP. WQ almost shooting, Minnow rather, almost shooting WQ in the face. WQ in the end is going to be the one to close it out there for HG, and we're back to an even scoreline.
Playing it very smartly there. Again, WQ, that's his bread and butter there, positional play and timing, and he got pretty much nailed that one as well. So, like we said, 7 apiece now. 3rd map in this grand final at CWF 2015 Grand Finals.
And the customary grenade exchange on long is coming out once again. Flex getting a trade there. Harlan in the end is going to make it in the favour of HG. The crowd really starting to get involved now as well for HG. It's a 3 versus 4. HG looking in prime position to be able to take the lead once more. They are going to rotate back across towards that B bomb site, perhaps. They're just deciding now whether or not they want to stay here on A, or if they want to work middle, perhaps.
Yeah, a little bit of mental games going on here. I feel Thunder is in a good scenario to rotate onto either side quickly if he needs to, but he gets spotted by WN99. Manages to get out of that area with his life. FaZe now is trying to have a look through mid. This time with the sniper a little bit more effective potentially.
All right, NP, let's see what he can do on this B bomb side. A couple of players over there for Penta Sports. If he can draw some of them to duel him and allow his team to go towards the A bomb site, that could potentially be a good situation for HG. Having said that, though, it looks like they are starting to congregate once again towards mid and perhaps going to head towards this A bomb site. We see WN and Harlan starting to sneak through the underneath, and a couple of the other players from HG heading through short.
The action comes in. Thunder picking up one. He pushed through mid, but he gets caught. That's a good punish there from Harlan. Great play-by from him. That's going to cause to rotate back towards the B-bomb site. They're pretty sure they knew where the other players were, and they have got it right. FaZe is going to be the one who's going to be able to put any sort of defense on initially. 45 seconds left on the clock. Plenty to come in this round.
FaZe taking a bit of a wall bang there, and doesn't go down, but did spot out a couple of players. He's very low on HP now, though. He's going to go for a re-peek. But this angle surely going to be covered off by HG. It's really going to be down to Loons, I feel, on I guess on the lurk almost. And he's been spotted out there as well. He gets taken down by WM. Nice wallbang. FaZe now in a 1 versus 3 in a very tight angle. There's not really a whole lot that he can do from there. 25 seconds left on the bomb, and I'd have to count him out here. So we're looking like an 8-7 scoreline for HG. But who knows? FaZe now making his way on towards the B-bomb site. He's going to peek around, but WM, as expected, is going to be able to close that one out for HG.
Chinese fans really liking that play. Of course, this puts them back into lead at 8-7. Coming into this round again, they're looking like they want to put in quite a bit of presence on this long area. This time, the battle is not going to go down like we saw at the start of the round. They've got 4 out there already. They're taking this territory, so potentially if they want to occupy this territory for later into the round and then pinch onto that A site, really coming in from both sides, short and long onto A if they can. MP's playing around in mid. He's just proving to be the distraction at this point in time.
So 2 rounds now needed for HG to close this out 3-0. They are so close. But Penta right on their heels. Only 3 rounds required for them to be able to bring it back. Possibly could go to overtime in the 3rd map. Could be very exciting. And FaZe, he's going to fire a shot rather over towards WQ. Not going to land it. WQ finds one. WN finding another. Harlan chiming in for the 3rd. This is looking fantastic for HG. The bomb going down as well on that A-bomb site. Flex and Thunder once again in the 2 versus 5 situation. Incredibly difficult for them to be able to close this one out. But it's happened before, and it could happen again. Penta, they need this round so badly. It'll put HG on match point. Flex finding one. He goes down. Harlan grabs the other one. Match point now available for HG. They need 1 round.
So close to that grand final victory. HG taking the flag or the championship home for China is their aim. 9-7 in the box seat. Penta need to pull a rabbit out of that here. Find something magic to eke their way back and to send it into overtime on the 3rd map. Black Widow.
The crowd really finding their voice now. They're being egged on a little bit by the Chinese casters, and I'm sure you can hear them coming through the microphones. They are getting absolutely thunderous at the moment. Definitely trying to get that HG squad feeling fantastic heading into this last round.
Still a lot of CF to be played here in this round. It's going to come down, and it's going to be a flurry of activity. I feel HG are going to bust onto a site last minute. I think how this round is going to go, we've got quite a good stack here. 2 pushed up, pretty aggressive on A short here at the stairs area. Are they going to be able to find the person who's lurking in mid? He's heading back towards B. FaZe taking a pot shot in mid. Loon's taking a little bit of damage here. Harlan's find him, and that is not good news for Penta Sports here. They do not need to be a man down in this scenario, or 2 men down. WN99 taking down Rain. Flex trades back onto Minnow.
Yeah, we're going to be looking here towards a HG victory. It's down to Thunder. 1 versus 4 for HG. He finds the first frag. 1 versus 3. WN, he's done it. It's HG. They will take away the victory. 3-0. They will be the Crossfire Stars 2015 champions.
An incredible performance from HG. They did not drop a single map all tournament. That is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations to HG. And you can see there, he's keen to get his hands on the cup.
We are here with HG.Longzhu, who has just become the champion of CFS 2015 Grand Finals here in Guangzhou, China. I have to ask, how do you feel right now?
现在我们站在2015年 CFS 总决赛的现场，跟我们站在一起的是刚刚诞生的冠军。现在我想问一下，你们现在心情怎么样？
没什么心情，感觉是，是我们五个的责任，也是这个冠军也是中国是必须拿下的，是理所应当的。
I don't feel anything. I think it's our duty to take this champion.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, last question. Do you have anything to say to our fans?
你现在有什么想对粉丝说的吗？
爱你们，爱你们在场所有的人。
I love you. I love all of you.
Well, there you have it. Now we're going to play some highlights of our previous games.